Now, recently, Big Swole made a comment about how she was let go unfairly, and she later spotted out on Twitter, like most our people do, about lack of diversity in AEW. Now, I've gone on my channel saying that AEW definitely has an issue when it comes to a majority of the roster, just like WWE does. But AEW uses more of the roster than WWE does. But they don't put a lot of spotlight on minority characters a ton. But that's what WWE does too. I'd say more or less WWE and AEW are the same boat when it comes to diversity. They give a fair shot to a majority of the people of color per se. And I hate the fact that we've been talking about this shit still even now, but it's never gonna end. So let's keep talking about it until it fucking gets boring to talk about, which it never will. So AEW has plenty of stars, plenty of spotlights on people of like different backgrounds, mixed people, full black people, Asian people, Latinos, Latinas, that kind of stuff. They have plenty of representation when it comes to diversity. And Big Swole is just salty, 100%. They push Andrade, they push Pac, they push the Lucha Brothers, they push did I say Andrade already? They push people from outside the country, like Christian. He's a foreigner as well. I mean, like the list goes on and on. I mean, like yeah, they push Hobbs occasionally. They don't push, like for like white people per se. They don't push Brian Cage. They don't push Lance Archer. They're barely pushing Jungle Boy. I mean, like he's getting spotlighted, but no one really cares. I mean, like. Luchasaurus isn't really spotlighted much. He's on TV, but he's not really spotlighted. This goes both ways. So Leo Rush, of all people, the hothead of all hotheads, like him of all people there, when people like saying like Leo Rush has a problem with what he's bad for the locker room, yeah, this is what we're talking about. He could wait a few hours or an entire 24 hours to pass by without chiming in and say some shit there. The entire AEW roster is literally this fucking big. And him of all people that people see as a problem. Yeah, all these fucking people here in AEW, and he's the only one to say some shit about that. The most expendable guy in the fucking company because he quits every fucking 10 seconds. So, like, yeah, he has a problem with the whole thing, and I'm like, dude, they push plenty of people there. It's not even like a thing. I mean, like, it's not like they have like a 99% white people on the show and then one black person here, another black person. No, it's not like that. They could be like I hate what they're doing with the minorities. They're not really spotlighting them properly, but they're on the show, that kind of stuff. Now let's look at some of the well-known minorities. Like there's a whole bunch of people here on the list there. I don't really want to go into the whole thing there, but they have a lot of people from all over the country, all over the world, and they're pushed in certain ways. Not all the time, but I don't want to keep like looking at like darker skin tones or looking at last names or some shit there to see whether or not you're like a minority. They're even pushing the pride community, you know what I'm saying, over here. So like it's not a thing. Swole looks like one of those ABWs. If you know what an ABW is, well, she's one of them. Good luck, Cedric. So, I don't know what she's talking about. Her wrestling skills didn't really blow me away back then. She was in one storyline, and then after that, she was just vanished, like WWE just vanished. But yeah, man, I think she's just sour grapes.